Hey personality people, Ashley here, ENFP-T, and I'm here to bring with you a quick video on the 7 differences between the Guardian SJs and the Rebel NPs for Myers-Briggs. I got this from MBTI Concepts, where they have these fun bingo cards for Myers-Briggs, and also Socionics, looking at specifically the feature of our video, introverted sensing, SI, the most common cognitive function used in society by nearly half of the entire population. SI, introverted sensing. The first difference we have between our SJs and our NPs, in no particular order, is SJs like to respect cultural traditions. Contrast this with the NPs, who are rebellious and are focused on an ideal image of what they believe love, work, or life should be. Our second difference between SJs and NPs is that SJs like a consistent schedule routine, including typically bedtime, that's reliable, dependable. Contrast this with NPs who do not like schedules. Our third difference, SJs like to stick with tried and true methods, whereas NPs are not methodical and are easily distracted by new project ideas. They tend to abandon projects midway and jump from project to project. Our next difference is SJs value security, and they live their life in such a way to ensure that security is a priority, compared to the NP, who secretly desires security and normalcy because a lot of the time they do not live their life in such a way to prioritize security, but deep down, even if it's subconscious, they may actually wish for security. NPs have SI, this is as an aside, they have SI as actually either inferior or tertiary function, a fourth or third function, and that's why the SI can be undeveloped, especially if they might have not taken their education seriously and developed those habits to adapt to society where SI is highly valued. Moving on to the elements from Socionics, the differences between the SJ and the NP when it comes to our SI function. Our Guardian SJs have a developed sense of aesthetics in their fashion sense, and they also enjoy food preparation because they do care about basic physical needs. Contrast this with the NPs, who typically do not have a developed sense of aesthetics, and they can stand to grow in this area by developing their sense of style for a trusted circle of friends. And that's why NPs like me typically do not know how to cook. A lot of the time we neglect our basic needs of hunger, thirst, so to take the time to actually learn how to decently cook is something we can develop as NPs. SJs like to have a pleasant, clean environment. Contrast this with the NPs, who try to be minimalist, to try to minimize the time they spend cleaning because it's not a priority for them. But they're still messy, the NPs are still messy, and they lose things very easily. Finally, SJs are dutiful when it comes to their work, just as NPs can also have a good work ethic. Yet, naturally, NPs seek to do things the most convenient way, the most efficient way, and this can be seen as lazy by Guardian SJs, who are more traditional. NPs are self-paced. They will do things at their own time, in their own way, in the way that they would like to, and this can rub the SJs the wrong way. I take a lot of fulfillment just trying to understand the differences between SJs and NPs, because my mother, my sister, and my boyfriend happen to be SJs, whereas I am an NP. So a lot of the time I felt really different, as if there may be something wrong with me, because not only do I not fit in with a lot of society, it seems, a lot with my family, but now I can see that these are just natural differences, and to adapt, if I choose to, I can find a compromise between my natural self and what society asks of me. And I hope that NPs have found this video helpful, just as it's helped myself.